If your Shimano clipless pedals have some play, aren't spinning smoothly, or you simply like to maintain them regularly, it might be time to give them a thorough overhaul. In this video, I'll be servicing Shimano PDR 550 pedals, but the process is quite similar for most Shimano clipless pedals. Start by securely holding the pedal or clamping it in a vise. To remove the axle unit from the pedal body, you'll need a clipless pedal axle removal tool. Shimano's TL PD40 is a commonly used option, but if you have a 3D printer like I do, you can also find compatible 3D printed designs on Thingiverse. Before removing the axle unit, check the bottom of the lock bushing for a direction marking. The lock bushing on the right pedal has a left-hand thread, which means you'll need to turn the axle unit clockwise to unscrew it. On the left pedal, the lock bushing has a right-hand thread, so you'll unscrew the axle unit anti-clockwise. Attach the tool to the lock bushing and use a 32mm headset spanner or adjustable spanner to unscrew it. In this case, I'm working on a right-hand pedal, so I'll turn the spanner clockwise. Once it's loose, you can remove the axle unit from the pedal body. With the pedal body still clamped, use a rag or paper towel to clean the interior thoroughly. Using a pedal vise block, clamp the threaded part of the pedal axle unit into the vise. Place a 10mm spanner on a cone to hold it steady. Next, you'll need to loosen the lock nut. For left-hand pedal axle units, both the lock nut and cone unscrew anti-clockwise. However, with right-hand pedal axle units it varies. While some, like in PDM 520 pedals, unscrew anti-clockwise, others, such as PDR 540 and PDR 550, unscrew clockwise. If you're working on a right-hand pedal and are unsure which direction to turn, gently test both directions. Avoid forcing the spanner, as this could damage or round off the nut. Using a 7mm spanner, loosen and remove the lock nut. Now unscrew and remove the cone from the axle. Remove the body cup, paying attention to its orientation. Next, remove the bottom bearings. Remove the round plastic bushing, noting its orientation. Remove the washer. The lock bushing. And the seal. Clean the axle thoroughly. Now clean all the other parts. Inspect the bearings. There should be a total of 24, with 12 on each side. If you're replacing them, the correct size is 3/32 inch. Refit the seal, ensuring the wider side is facing down. Apply some grease to the axle. Next, slide the lock bushing onto the axle. Followed by the washer, making sure it's orientated correctly. Slide the round plastic bushing onto the axle the correct way around. Apply a small amount of grease to the cone on the axle. Then carefully piece 12 ball bearings on the cone. Make sure they rest on the cone and not the washer. Add a small amount of grease to the cup surface on the top side of the body cup. And place the remaining 12 bearings on it. Make sure they sit securely on the cup surface and not inside the cup. Now slide the body cup onto the axle, ensuring the side with the bearings is on top. Screw the cone in until it just touches the bearings. Hold the cone in place with a 10mm spanner. Tighten the lock nut using a 7mm spanner, securing it against the cone. Inspect the axle. If you notice any play in the bearings, slightly loosen the lock nut and tighten the cone by 1/4 of a turn. Then tighten the lock nut against the cone. Recheck the bearings and adjust further if necessary. If the bearings aren't spinning smoothly, loosen the lock nut slightly and loosen the cone by 1/4 of a turn. Tighten the lock nut and check the bearings again, making any final adjustments as needed. Now clamp the pedal body in a vise or hold it firmly in your hand. And add some grease inside, about 1.5 grams. Finally, screw in the axle body. The right pedal axle body screws in anti-clockwise, while the left pedal axle body screws in clockwise. And that's it, you've successfully serviced your clipless pedal. Thanks for watching, let me know in the comments below if you found this video helpful and how your Shimano clipless pedal service went. I would like to say a big thank you for your support through subscriptions, likes, comments and for sharing my videos with your friends. Cheers and see you in the next video.